Yesterday, I interviewed our new host now, Kansas City Fed President Jeff Schmid, yesterday on the first anniversary of his taking the job. And I start off by asking him if he considers himself a hawk or a dove.
I'd actually like to be an eagle. I don't know if I can
What's
break
an eagle
the mold.
then in monetary policy terms?
Flies high and soars over, looks at macro, and then makes really good decisions on its way to its home.
We've had some interesting data just this morning when it comes to the jobs market. They have downgraded the payrolls through the year ending in March 2024 by 818 some odd thousand. How does that affect your view of the job market?
You look at the 800,000, it breaks down about average 60,000 a month. I think for me, it doesn't change a lot of how I think about the labor market, but I think generally speaking, it helps us hold kind of where we thought things would be in July and then look to September.
Had you known back then that the average job growth was 68,000 less than it was at the time, which is 242,000 versus 174,000, would that have changed your view of monetary policy at the time?
I don't think so. I think we've seen some cooling in the labor market, but I think it's generally pretty strong. I mean, I spend a whole lot of time in the district, 7 states in the heartland, and we have states that are still in that 2.5, 3.5 unemployment number, and so and they feel pretty good about being able to hire people, and that the last probably 6 to 12 months has helped their cause to form a better workforce, a more skilled workforce.
When it comes to the concern about, how much concern do you have right now about the softening of the labor market?
So here again, we get back to this dual mandate, right? And it's to me, as a fairly new, well, a real new central banker, I've learned that there's a perfection of how the labor market works relative to the inflation numbers, and there's a healthy friction in the two, and I still believe quite strongly that we really need to trend this inflation number towards 2. It has to be sustainable, and I think having the labor market cool some is helping that, but I think there's still work to do.
When you say still work to do, does that make you reluctant to think about rate cuts at the next meeting?
Here again, we've got some data sets to come in before September. I want to be thoughtful about it. I really do believe that you've got to start looking at it a little bit harder relative to where the 3.5% number was and where it is today in the low 4s. So it bears looking harder at it. There's a dynamic in the labor force, in my opinion, that kind of has come out of the pandemic that I'm really interested in. The demographics of labor, the skilled force, the immigration issue, it all kind of gets cooked into this stew, and so I will say I'm taking harder look at it, and I'm going to kind of let the data show where we lead.
How much confidence do you have at this point that inflation is heading back towards 2%?
Well, the last 2 or 3 prints, I think, look pretty positive to that trend. It's nice to see it in the mid-high 2s, depending on how you want to measure it, and it's a mandated thing. So I would agree with several of my colleagues that you probably want to act maybe before it gets to 2, but that sustainability to 2, I think, is really important.
How restrictive do you see the Federal Reserve right now?
Yeah, so it's a good question. I think from my standpoint, I think rates are restrictive, but they're not overly restrictive. I think there is some room to consider where we go from here, but I frankly think we've got time, and it's not an over restrictiveness to the economy, in my opinion, at this stage.
All right, guys, my takeaway, Schmid would cut rates if the data clearly support it, but doesn't mind running rates somewhat higher over time. And you'll hear more about that when we're back at 8:30 with part 2. We're going to hear more of Schmid's views on possible rate cuts, the balance sheet, and how much concern we should have for small and medium-sized banks. I don't know, Joe, if you could actually concentrate on anything he was saying with that beautiful shot we have in the background there.